Early on today, we're seeing temperatures in the lower 70s across the mid-state. Macon's at 70 degrees. Same thing with Milledgeville. Both Dublin and Warner Robins are starting off just a couple degrees cooler, and it feels a little bit different than yesterday's 70-degree temperature. And the big reason why is because of that humidity. Very low compared to yesterday. In fact, it was at about 90%, now down to 70, and that value is going to be dropping throughout the day as that front continues to move further down towards the south. And speaking of Dublin, here's going to be a live look there through the Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network and closer towards Mercer University to start things off. Very easy start. But look at the flags over there in the corner. They're really beginning to move, and this wind is something that we're going to be dealing with throughout the day. And I'll talk more about that in just a second. But let's go forward with your temperatures. 84 for that high today. I didn't lie to you. It actually is going to be in the mid-80s. We're going to be seeing much cooler temperatures than what we've had the past couple of days. The reason why is because of that front, because of this wind, and also because of that low humidity. So by about lunchtime, the clouds we're dealing with at the moment should begin to move on out. And as you get closer towards 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when the high temperature will begin to make itself known right around 84. And of course, as I mentioned before, these winds are going to be something we're tracking throughout much of the day. Probably going to have these values around 20 to 25 across a lot of the mid-state. If you live south of I-16, areas like Perry, Vienna, Americus, Cordele, Abbeville, anywhere here in that darker yellow, those are spots that I'm looking at that could have wind gusts as high as 25 throughout much of the afternoon. If you live north of Macon, spots like Gray, Milledgeville, Sparta, I think your wind gusts will be around 20 at absolute most, but those will be decreasing throughout much of the day today. And again, it goes back to this front that has completely passed us by, now moving down into Florida, and the cool and dry air is going to really begin to take on over and last for a while. So even as we get into this weekend, you're going to be having your temperatures in the upper 80s and lower 90s across the entire area with dry air, plenty of sunshine. If you're trying to make any outdoor plans, both days are looking great. And of course, that first day of fall is right around the corner as well. That's actually going to be coming in on Monday, but it's going to be feeling a little bit more like summer. High temperatures by Monday are going to be around 94 degrees. Could even be as high as 96 whenever we get to next Tuesday and Wednesday. More clouds will build as that humidity starts to build as well into Thursday and Friday. And even some rain chances could be moving in next Saturday. Still a while out, but we do need to keep an eye on that day for potential thunderstorms. And now here's going to be a quick look at your fish and game forecast brought to you by Harrison's Body Shop. The best time for today will be around 6:40.